Hi, everybody. This is Safe Space Today, which is usually on my other page, Safe Space Today. But they locked me out. They said I have to have 1,000 followers before I can have my live. So it looks like my lives are going to be on this channel now, and that's okay. That's all right. This is only for now. It's not going to be forever. So I have Jamie on. Jamie is a coworker of mine. I used to work with her. She used to work in sales and catering, and I worked in the kitchen. Jamie is living a different lifestyle now with her eating, and when it comes to food, and she's going in the journey of, or she is in the journey right now of living a plant-based lifestyle. So when you hear it, don't think this is not a blend like, kill worshiping type of segment. This is about discipline and her truth about her lifestyle, and then she's going to share it with us and give us some insight. I know for me, I don't really know too much about the plant-based world. I I'll go out with friends for dinner, and I know that they're vegan, or they have that plant-based lifestyle that they want to live. But we just simply order the meal. They order what they want to order. I want to eat what I want to order. But I've never really been into the deep dive in conversation about why they want to go in that direction, what made them change and stuff. So it's really great to have you on so I can kind of learn a little bit more, and who knows, maybe give some people out there a little bit of insight on that type of lifestyle. But I know I'm curious, so
Excellent. Well, the
yeah.
plant-based lifestyle is simply just eating your fruits and vegetables. That's what it boils down to.
Mm.
And for me, it wasn't like a political issue. I love animals, but I also think that they're delicious. So while I'm not a vegan, so I will have some animal in my diet. But
Mm.
I started off on this path because there were people in my life who were very close to me who were getting very sick.
Mm.
And we were very young at the time. We were only in our 30s. And so I didn't know anything about health. I
Mm.
started to learn. I took a certification course in plant-based nutrition, learned
Okay.
more about human nutrition than I ever thought was possible.
Mm.
I was not a good science student, but it turns out that human biology is fascinating. And
Mm.
so what I learned was that we are made up of a bunch of cells that make up tissues, that make up organs, and those organs work together, right? And those are called human systems. So everybody has a digestive system, right? We have an endocrine system, muscular system, like lymphatic system, and all of those things are connected. And we feel good when we fuel ourselves really well.
Mm.
We feel like crap when we put like less optimal fuel into our cars, into our machinery. And so
Mm.
what I learned was that although the human body is so strong, and I
Mm.
read once that we could probably eat a boot and digest it.
Mm.
That's kind of crazy.
Mm.
But over time, if we're only kind of like consuming things that the body doesn't thrive on, then we tend to get ill.
Okay.
And so what I learned was basically optimal fuel at the very high end is a bunch of whole plants.
Mm.
So it's all vegetables, all fruit. Fruit does not have too much sugar, and it's a very different sugar and gets processed very differently in our bodies because it comes complete with fiber and all these other things.
Mm.
We need to eat more beans and legumes, chickpeas,
Mm.
black beans, pinto beans, any kind of bean,
Mm.
any kind of lentil.
Mm.
Whole grains like brown rice, farro, barley, quinoa, even oats,
Mm.
and then nuts and seeds. And then I
Okay.
learned that the more variety of that stuff that we eat, the better for our gut microbiome, because
Mm.
it's feeding all the good gut bugs. And when we feed the good gut bugs, our immunity gets stronger, our skin gets better, the brain fog goes away, the aches and pains start getting alleviated, our sleep quality is better, like everything just works better.
Mm.
So I mean, like when we worked at the Royal York together, my lifestyle was insanely bad.
I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah.
Like many hotel workers, right? We're stressed out, we're working way too many hours,
Mm-hmm.
and there's lots of alcohol and lots of rich food, and it's fun. But
Hmm.
I, in fact, had a mini stroke when I was the marketing manager at the Royal York.
Oh.
Yeah, I had a mini stroke. I'm pretty sure I went to McDonald's for lunch that day. And then I came back to the office, had a little mini stroke, freaked me out because I was only in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just like thought that was just stress, whatever. It has nothing to do with what I eat. But fast forward many years later, I learned that when we eat vegetables and plants, everything starts to change. And our bodies are always changing. So I went from having like chronic headaches, lower back pain, terrible skin, bad digestion, like so many things, and a mini stroke in my 20s. Like that's an alarm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now, fast forward after I started eating more plants and learning all this stuff, I have like a perfect blood panel. Like if I get my blood drawn and they check everything, it's like in the optimal range. So my cholesterol is normal, you know, my A1C, the way I consume sugar and process it, like everything is just working great.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what happens. And that's something that everybody has the capability of feeling because
Mm-hmm.
we're all the same. We all have the same human systems.
Right.
And so plant based today is a little bit different. Like vegan is, I see it as more political. Like you don't eat animals because you don't want to hurt any living being,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which I think is amazing. But then there's like pescatarian where you'll eat fish,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then there's like ovo lacto, like you'll eat fish and dairy, but no meat.
Mm-hmm.
There's also something called flexitarian,
Mm-hmm.
which means you're flexible, but you try
Okay,
to
this is
limit.
new. Like I didn't know any of this.
Okay. Well, flexitarian normally gets a laugh from people because they're like, come on, that's ridiculous.
Uh,
But flexitarian just means you're trying to limit your meat intake. You
mm-hmm.
know, not that meat is necessarily like bad for us, but if we're only eating meat and not getting our fruits and veggies in and whole grains and legumes and nuts and seeds, that girl Figgy, I'm a flexitarian then. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so I should clarify, flexitarians, you're lowering your meat intake, but you're increasing your vegetable intake. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's not about being like 100% extreme. I am not an extremist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love my pizza, you know, with real dairy cheese, but I
Mm-hmm.
can't eat too much of it. Like I see it on my
Mm-hmm.
skin, I see the way I feel. You know, it really, like talking about safe space, it really affects your cognitive health.
Mm-hmm.
So, like depression levels will go up or down depending on what I'm eating and drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I notice that so much for myself. And
Yeah.
so I think when we start paying attention to how we are feeling, like I literally do a body scan almost every single day and just like sit for
Okay.
a second
Mm-hmm.
and just slowly, like a photocopier speed, you know, just go through your body.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you feel anything? And do you feel anything?
Mm-hmm.
And I, you know, used to take notes in terms of like what I was eating, just in general, nothing too crazy. And it was fascinating. Oh, when I had fried chicken, I had a headache. You know, like for some reason, chicken and birds give me like headaches and it
Mm-hmm.
affects me cognitively. If I have too many eggs, my depression like increases. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's really interesting.
Yeah.
And then I have a few days without eating that, and all of a sudden my moods are lifted.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So
Okay. Because I was gonna ask you if it was instant or gradual, but I guess it was gradual that you kind of went down the road of being plant based because of all these things that you were feeling and what you had to go through. And let's see what this is saying here. So Figgy's saying, I barely eat meat my entire life. My body doesn't crave meat, but when I start to feel weak, I have to eat a little bit of steak and I feel better. Okay.
then eat a little steak, you know? How
Yeah.
much meat should people actually eat? Like longevity experts, like scientists,
Hmm.
they will say try to limit it to like 2, 3 servings a week. So we're talking like a deck of cards is like a
Yeah.
serving. And that's very little for the average person, right?
Hmm.
But I think realists will say, like even life coaches, health coaches will say, just do your best. You know, start small and just go gradual. So for
Right.
me, when I dove into this, for me, like I probably had never not eaten meat a day in my life. I was a
Hmm.
heavy meat eater, heavy cheese, heavy dairy. Like I could just live off of cheese and bread and olives, you know,
Yeah.
and red wine. But
Especially at the hotel.
especially at that hotel, especially in the library bar. But yeah, it's very interesting how quickly the body adapts. And so I started doing that, and a lot of it was like physical changes that I started noticing. I just felt better. Like I seriously, I turned into a superhuman. So I have glasses, I have contacts.
Hmm.
My left eye got better by an entire power. Like,
Because
how
it
does
kind of
that?
changed.
It changed my prescription.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought you were gonna say something about your eating.
Oh, but that's because of the eating.
Yeah. Okay.
I had crazy eczema, that went away. I had eczema scarring, which wasn't technically a scar because it went away.
Mm.
I'm just gonna go to a light. And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy the changes that happened. But I did it slowly. And then because my husband used to be a vegetarian for many years, he was like,
Hmm.
"Oh, you want to do this? You want to like stop eating so much meat? Let's do it." And so what we did was during the week, all we did was eat plants, and then on the weekends we ate whatever we wanted. So I
Hmm.
looked for like the biggest, baddest burger in town on the weekends,
Hmm.
and I did that. I would feel great during the week, and then after stuffing my face with like the cheesiest pizzas and like just all my favorite foods, I would start feeling terrible by the end of the
Hmm.
weekend. I would
Hmm.
get back on track on Monday. I'd feel great during the week, and it was just this like circular cycle. And
Yeah.
then one day I was just like, you know what? I don't want to feel crappy anymore. I'm just going to eat the plants. And I felt that's when I turned into superhuman mode. It was insane.
Yeah.
But then, like, I've been doing this for a long time. It's been probably 12, 13 years. So
Oh
the
my
journey,
gosh. Yeah, I didn't know.
yeah, yeah, girl. So the journey has been
Oh,
up and down, up and down, up and down. And
okay.
then I got pregnant, and I swear it was because of the diet.
Hmm.
And then one day we went to McDonald's,
Hmm.
and that was like a downhill. Because as soon
That
as we,
happened to me too. I did eat McDonald's for the longest time. Like I would say like one of the burgers.
yeah,
It wasn't a Big Mac. It was something else, a cheeseburger or something I had for a
their
while,
best.
and then uh
That's their best burger.
yeah, yeah, and then I went back to it after a long period of time, and I felt like crap. I felt so bad. That
Oh,
was my last time eating a cheeseburger or barely anything from there.
oh my gosh. Yeah, but it's so addictive, right?
More at that time. Now it disgusts. I can't even look. I can't even say the word McDonald's cheeseburger.
But yeah, the journey is up and down. So what I've realized is that like we have to be gracious to ourselves. If we
Yeah,
have that cheeseburger and it sparks some kind of craving and we want it more and more and more, then like just notice it and do your best.
yeah,
You know, so when people think, oh, you're plant-based, you must only eat kale and like never have pizza or like
yeah,
never have a bite of meat. Like, no, that's not true. Like,
yeah.
I don't bring meat into the house, but
Mhm.
if I go out and there's meat on the table, you know, or if there's some sausage in my pasta dish and I have some, then great, you know?
Yeah. I I I find myself okay. So before when especially growing up in a Caribbean household, the house was filled with like beef, chicken, liver. Like liver used to be my favorite food as a child.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love liver. But now it's like you can't even say the word liver. Like I won't eat it. Because when I hear liver, I'm just like, ew, liver? And it's like, I never used to be that person.
Right. Yeah.
Just I find that as we get older, things just change when it comes to food.
Yes.
And I know now I've weaned off of certain things. Like I only eat chicken, fish, and I'm slowly starting to come off of red meat. I still eat it, but not as much.
Yeah,
But I see that as I get older, I'm slowly going down.
I see. And
Yeah.
that's so important to just like honor your body,
Yeah.
and pay attention to like if you feel like this is your time to just like cut down on red meat, then great.
Yeah.
Then just see how you feel.
Liver gang.
Liver gang. I will say I love liverwurst. So liverwurst on like a Triscuit cracker, so good.
That's your thing?
I mean, I used to
I,
eat it a lot.
I don't think I've ever tried that.
It's good, especially with herbs in there. Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
My whole thing is just like normal people don't eat vegetables.
Mm,
Most people don't eat any vegetables.
yeah.
And so if we were to just add in some vegetables, just our favorites, then we will do a lot better with our health state.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I met this guy one time that went on a fruit diet. Like he only had fruits for like a month, something like that. And he did lose weight,
I'm
but that's
sure.
something a lot of weight, and that's something I don't think I could ever go that direction.
That's very extreme, right?
Yeah, that's beyond extreme. I couldn't do that.
That's a long time to only be eating fruit. You're
Yeah,
gonna have to eat so much fruit because
yeah.
you're like fruit is very low in calories,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he would come by. He'd
Yeah.
come by and to let me know, and I would see his change, like the body, the way he would slowly start to lose weight, and
Mhm.
yeah, I couldn't do it. But I just want to say, like, for those that just joined and don't know what the title is, what the topic is, it's myself talking to Jamie, and the topic is why I gave up meat and why I'm not looking back. And she didn't really give up meat, but it's just more going in a different direction when it comes to weaning off of certain meats, but mostly eating plant-based stuff. So
Yes.
if you have any questions or you want to make a comment, feel free. Put hearts, do whatever you want to do, and we'll be here.
Get some interaction going here. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was for a long time. I did give up meat, and I was very, very strict. And so I have been on the extreme end of things,
Hmm.
and didn't even have like a bite of something. So if I saw something with meat, I just simply wouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
It got so extreme though, like I wouldn't even chew gum or like have a piece of candy because I'm like, oh, there's
Oh.
weird chemicals in there. Like I'm not putting that in my body.
Hmm.
I will say when I was super strict like that, I had never felt better.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
never looked better. I
Hmm.
had lost like any kind of extra padding or fluffiness I had in my body was gone. Like it was insane. But I but that's not like a realistic way for me to live.
Yeah.
So active life of Sean, do you find that you have a lot of food temptations? Now I do not. But back then I kind of did, because like I used to live off of cheese and bread and meat. Like I have a big appetite. I love everything. And
Yeah.
so now, after 12, 13 years of doing this and going up and down, up and down, up and down, I've
Mhm.
now normalized. And now I can kind of eat whatever I want to eat, but it just happens that 95% of the time it's plants,
Hmm.
you know?
Is it just is your husband like that too, or is it just you?
He was like that in the beginning with me, but he definitely enjoys meat a lot more than I do.
Mm.
Yeah, so he'll eat more, but he eats a ton of plants, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So so if you were to so how do you make it fun? Like how can plant-based be fun and flavorful?
Good question. This is a question for you, girl. You're the chef. But
But for you.
I eat like so for me it's really easy because like a lot of Asian food is like rice and veg.
Yeah.
Rice and veg, rice and veg. Nowadays it's like rice, meat, a little bit of veg most of the
Mhm.
time. And what I do is like instead of replacing the meat with like a mock meat, because I'm not into the mock meats, I
Mm.
just add way more rice and veg.
Okay.
Because like meat is has way more calories than plants, And so
Mm-hmm.
when you're cutting out meat, you're going to have to eat more like quantity of food in order to get enough calories.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a great weight loss hack
Yeah.
because you get filled up a lot faster. There's also
Yeah.
fiber. There's also way more nutrients, and those
Mm-hmm.
nutrients help us feel full. But to keep things interesting, like the flavor of plants are delicious if they're fresh. Like you know this as a chef. When you have fresh food, that makes all the
Big
difference.
difference. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so you're tasting the actual food, and
Mm-hmm.
then of course you have to season it. So I'm a basic bitch, and I thrive as a basic bee. So
Uh,
it's just like lightly sautéed, like any kind of veg with like
yeah.
garlic, a little bit of salt, maybe some white pepper, black pepper, anything,
Yeah.
some spice. I like my spice,
Mhm.
and then any kind of rice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you feel that because you go this way now and you eat your vegetables and plants and stuff, do you get midnight cravings or like you get peckish late at night? And if you do, what do you do when it comes to that? But I guess you don't.
Sometimes I do. I love eating at night. I
Mm.
love me a midnight snack.
Mm.
So I will eat anything, like anything savory. I never used to have a sweet tooth until we had our daughter, and now I have a sweet tooth. Now I have a savory tooth and a sweet tooth. Now I got it all.
Mm.
So if I don't want to pack on the pounds, I will start by snacking on fruit
Mm.
before I go to the more decadent stuff.
Mm.
That way I'm more full.
Okay.
So I always start with fruit, or I do my best.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go straight for the chocolate, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Are
But
you are you sorry, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say if my jeans are feeling a little tight, then I'll lay off the chocolate, go for
Yeah.
the fruit first, and maybe
Yeah.
I won't want the chocolate because I've eaten so much fruit.
Yeah.
So like anything with fiber in it, that's what will be my first choice. Sometimes I like to have cereal as a late night snack.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, love cereal.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, we love popcorn, you know?
Uh, uh,
I stopped bringing chips into the house because that used to be like a major addiction to me. You know, you open that bag, like, I can't have just one. I will polish off the entire family size bag.
yeah, yeah.
So that's how I make sure I still fit into my jeans.
I hear you.
Don't bring them into the house.
Yeah. So now that you have a daughter, are you bringing her into that lifestyle too slowly, or
Oh, yeah.
she's
She's been
okay?
born and raised eating a bunch of plants.
Oh, okay.
So and I let her eat whatever she wants.
Mm-hmm.
He probably knows more about food than the average 10-year-old, but I basically
Alrighty.
boil it down to like, hey, sweetie, if the food grows naturally out of the ground and it's edible to humans, it
Mm-hmm.
is the optimal fuel for our body.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she can't stand kale. She doesn't like dark leafy greens like a normal child.
Mm-hmm.
I tell her, you don't have to eat that. There are plenty of other things that you can eat.
Mm-hmm.
And then for her, I hide it in a smoothie.
Okay. That
Yeah.
usually works
Oh
because
yeah.
how do you really know?
Easy, right?
Yeah.
So for breakfast, I do smoothies. So that's how
Uh,
I pack in the grains,
mm,
bunch of frozen berries, maybe
mm,
like a pear. I love a ripe pear in a smoothie. Just
mm.
water and ice because I like them very icy cold.
Okay.
Maybe add some chia seeds or some ground flax seeds for your omega-3s. You don't have to eat fish for your omega-3s. It's plentiful in nuts and seeds.
Mm,
For breakfast, she does hash browns like every day.
mm,
Just regular hash browns with salt and pepper,
mm,
maybe some onion powder.
mm,
For breakfast, I like toast with like a vegan mayo and maybe some tomato slices,
mm,
maybe some broccoli sprouts if I'm feeling fancy.
mm.
And then for main meals, like, yeah, lots of Asian food. We do a lot of noodles. Like, we kind of eat everything.
Okay, but you just don't eat as much as you used to when
I
it
just
comes to meat.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Like if I'm going to a restaurant or like a pub back in the day, I would probably order a burger with fries.
Mm,
Today, if they have a bean burger, I will definitely try it because
mm,
it's rare. Instead of the fries, I am ordering the salad. Never thought I would be that person.
mm.
But what I do is I just steal a couple of fries from somebody else because you know somebody's going to order fries.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Or I'll do like if I'm feeling super healthy, a big salad, but I have to make sure that there's enough beans in there. Otherwise, you're going to be hungry in like 10 minutes.
Hmm, hmm.
So beans will typically replace the meat.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a very powerful plant protein,
Hmm.
even though there's protein in every single plant. That's what
Yeah.
a lot of people don't realize. There's protein in everything.
Do you find that the more plants and beans and stuff, like it kind of works up your bowel movement a little bit more than
Oh,
the
heck yeah. Oh, if you're constipated, eat some beans. Oh, you'll poop. And that's a
that,
detox, right?
yeah,
We
yeah,
detox through our breath, our sweat, our pee, and our poo.
yeah.
And if people have like an upset stomach when they eat beans, it's only because your gut microbiome is not used to it yet. So
Hmm.
the best trick is just to start with a little bit of beans every single day. We're
Okay.
talking a tablespoon of beans,
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
work up to having a normal portion.
yeah.
Yeah.
We have another question. What advice would you give to somebody who is curious about starting their path down a plant-based diet?
Ooh, great
Great
question.
question.
The question starts with a question for you, and that is, would you like to go slow and steady, or would you like to like dive in?
For me?
Let's start
Oh,
with you.
for
Yeah.
them.
If you were to do this, yeah.
I would say slow and steady because I still eat it and I love it. And the things that I do now, because I cook almost every day, and with the sauces and the smothered this and the tacos with the like I like how I do it. So I would have to kind of slowly wean off of that to say, okay, yeah. But to instantly do it, probably not.
Yeah, too much of a shock. So if you want
Yeah.
to go slow and steady, I would just start with breakfast, and just try to have a plant-based breakfast. So that could start off like with a smoothie, like we mentioned. And it could be like a bowl of oatmeal, made with water instead of milk.
Mm,
And then you can put some fresh berries. Agree, slow and steady wins the race. Exactly. Yes. Yes. And that is a better way to stay consistent. Kind of
mm,
like, dip your toe into the water first,
yeah.
get a feel for things. Because
Hmm.
I find that if you're too extreme and you dive in and you try to go hardcore, then that's when the cravings may come back.
Right.
Right? And then you have a little bite of a chip or McDonald's and you just like go way off the deep end and have like,
Yeah.
10 cheeseburgers and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Well,
So,
so okay. Do
so
you
start,
have how do you eat? And like, do you have so you have your smoothie, and then like when do you eat after that for you? Do you do the intermittent um thing or?
fasting? No, I don't do intermittent fasting, although it is an excellent practice because most people probably eat too late and then go to bed. And so the body is digesting and it takes a lot of energy to digest food
Mm-hmm.
versus you stop eating like 3 or 4 hours before you go to bed, which
Mm-hmm.
for me is really hard because I'm a late eater. But when you do that, you've digested. And then once you're sleeping, your body is doing so much healing every single night. Every
Yep.
single night. So if it's not working on digesting food, it's working on healing your body and
Yeah.
strengthening your body.
Yeah.
And most people snack late at night. So if you're an intermittent faster and you're like, okay, I can't eat past 6 or 7 p.m. or whatever it is, then
Mm-hmm.
all you're doing is cutting out that midnight snack. That's why
Mm-hmm.
people lose weight because they're eating less calories and they're also allowing their body to heal as opposed to digest.
Right.
And so when the body is healing, if you have extra body weight to lose, it's just doing that.
Yeah.
So it could be, I'm not really an oatmeal girl.
Mm-hmm.
Once in a blue moon, it's wonderful. Um, but I like my bread, so I do a lot of toast with
Mm-hmm.
something fresh on top, like the tomatoes or like avocado toast. That's a perfect example.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were to have one meat meal that you could totally smash and eat and go back just in the hands of time, what would that be?
It would definitely be kalbi, like Korean ribs.
Okay.
Kalbi, yeah. Yeah. Especially like with the lettuce leaf and the hot sauce and oh, all the fixins.
Yeah.
I also love fried chicken. And I will say
Okay.
I had a bite of fried chicken tonight and it was, man, it was good.
Delicious.
And that's the thing, like when you don't eat meat as often
Yeah.
and then you do have it, like your flavor profile has changed in your mouth.
Yeah, I could see that.
And so you have that bite of whatever it is, chicken or meat or pork or fish. It's so much tastier.
I remember when I think I was in grade 9, I stopped eating pork, and it was only by accident that I had the pork. It was at a barbecue,
Mm,
and somebody had it for me, and I just started eating it, thinking that it was something else that they had with the two plates covered. I didn't even look. I just ate it, and it tasted really, really good. And I asked them, I'm like, "This is really good. Like, this is really good. Wait a second, what is this?" And they were like, "It's pork." And then it started to kind of bring back the memory of how pork used to taste.
mm.
I kid you not. Like, I won't even, I'll be honest, it did taste good. But it was after how many years of not eating pork. But I
Yeah.
had that one, that bite, and it tasted really good, but I went back to not eating it again. Hmm.
So why did you stop eating pork?
Back then, I used to watch a lot of docs and stuff, and
Yeah, that'll do it.
turned me off.
Yeah.
And it's if you go back to certain things, you it's just one of the dirtiest animals to eat, whatever. And
Mm,
just with everything combined, I'm like, yeah, I think I'll put the pork to the side. But I know for a lot of people, it's just like, I'm eating this pork, pass me the rib,
yeah.
because it's the taste that gets you. But I think if they were to learn more about it, maybe they might change a little bit. But I know for sure when I saw that documentary, I'm like, yeah.
And that's just it, like this whole journey started for me because of a lot of pain and loss, and people, loved ones getting very sick and
Mm-hmm.
me just not understanding why. And so
Mm-hmm.
once I started educating myself and going down that journey, like, wow, what a ride that was.
Mm-hmm.
And just learning essentially that we have so much power. I was actually very empowered. And we have to just pay attention to the things that are hurting us
Yeah.
and how much of the things coming into the body are healing us and helping us and
Mm-hmm.
strengthening us. So we just have to make sure that the good stuff outweighs the bad.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't even like to say good or bad. It's not good or bad. People can be
Mm-hmm.
super healthy and live long, powerful lives eating meat as long as they eat their veggies.
Yeah. I try to eat as much as I can now, like more greens. Um, and I think what I need to kind of work work out now is like probably less carbs. I eat a lot of carbs, a lot of pasta, a lot of rice, and so I want to like I'm aware of what it can do, and I'm still eating it. but but I know I because of the journey that I'm trying to take now, and the more I can see, and obviously I'm living the time of getting older. Um, I want to try and go in the right direction and live a better lifestyle. Like I wouldn't say go vegan or anything, but just live a better lifestyle when it comes to food.
And even making a little bit of a change
Hmm.
will make a huge difference.
Yeah, and not even to say that you can't eat it, but even if it's like small portions of it and a little bit more vegetable, like something to kind
Exactly.
of compromise and balance it out, kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I always think the dose matters, just like
yeah.
anything. The dose makes the poison, but I just
Hmm.
like to think total dosage matters. So, yeah, like you said, even if you were to have some meat, just to flavor dishes and
Hmm.
sauces, If you just minimize it, but you're still eating it, you're having a super enjoyable meal. You're
Hmm.
packing in more plants. And so it's still good. It's different, but then your palate also adjusts.
Yeah.
So when I was like strict and like 100% vegan and blah, blah, blah,
Hmm.
like I didn't actually crave meat, but if I smelled it, it smelled delicious.
Hmm.
But other vegans, you'll hear like, "Oh, I smell meat now," and it's repulsive. And I have never had that experience. Maybe because you know, I've got a big appetite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It'll happen sometimes.
Yeah, it's fine. I just think like ultimately, do you feel good or not? And if you don't, then make some tweaks and test yourself. There's
Mm-hmm.
tons of scientific data that shows the more plants we eat, the better we feel, the less disease we experience, the longer we live, and it filters into every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then ultimately, we have to test on ourselves. We
Yeah.
are each individually different. We have our genetic code, but apparently that only will affect like 5%. It gives you a 5% chance of whether like you're going to develop a disease or not. Your
Hmm.
genes. 95% is based on how we live our lives.
Yeah.
Like try not to smoke, don't drink too much,
Hmm.
move your body, get some sleep.
Yeah. Do you go to farms and shop there, or is it more like supermarkets? Like, of course, supermarkets, because you live by the supermarket. But do they have farms in LA?
They do. Oh
They
yeah. Like
do.
I would say, what is it? There's a huge percentage of produce that's grown in California.
Mm,
So we're in Orange County, so just south of LA, and
mm,
there's tons of farmers markets, but I'm a grocery store girl.
mm.
People often think like, "Oh, you're plant-based, so you must grow your own food.
Yeah,
You must be like all natural.
yeah,
You must recycle. You must have no waste in your house." Like, no, no, no. I'm a normal person. I get takeout too.
yeah,
But yeah, most of the time it's grocery stores. I mean,
yeah,
once in a while I'll go to the farmers market.
yeah.
Sometimes the quality of the food there is better, but not always.
Mm,
And it's always more expensive.
yeah.
So
Oh, for sure.
you got to balance it out.
Yeah. Do
Hmm.
they have their own version? Do you guys have your own version of Whole Foods?
We do. Oh yeah, our whole food
Really?
is spectacular.
Oh.
Yeah. It's an American company.
Oh, it is. See, I didn't even know that. See, I'm learning
Yeah,
something new.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we have
Wow.
like in America, the grocery stores are insane compared to the Canadian stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's so many products. There's just so much stuff. There's so much availability.
Hmm.
But like I said, I keep it simple, like rice and veg. I still eat a lot of pasta,
Mm,
but it's just with like tomato sauces with vegetables, or like I'll do instead of like a cream based sauce, which I love. I love any kind of creamy, mushroomy pasta dish.
hmm.
So instead of like dairy cream, I'll just take raw cashews and water,
Hmm.
blend that up in a high speed blender,
Mm.
add some nutritional yeast. I don't know if you've heard of that, and some salt, garlic, and it becomes like an Alfredo sauce.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then you heat it up and it'll start thickening. And so I've
Okay.
tricked many people who like didn't know that this was like a vegan plant-based dish. And they're like, wow, this is a delicious Alfredo. I'm like, I know, right?
Okay. So, okay. Why do you think that they push because I feel like they don't push the Whole Foods more in the States. It's more the McDonald's and the this and the that and the junk and the chips. Why do you think they push that more than places like that?
Just money.
Mm.
It just makes a lot of money. And like I am not one to think like everybody's trying to kill us. Like I don't think anyone's trying to kill us. But I think people love money. They want to make more money. And so they're going to advertise more. It's going to be everywhere. And therefore, it's going to tempt us and we're going to eat it. It's also highly addictive. Different neurons are going off when we eat that kind of like highly palatable food. And so we're going to want more and more and more. We get
Mm.
addicted to it.
Because I find that certain places, you know how certain countries they've never heard of Oreo cookies and they've never heard of
Mhm.
half moons and all those things. It's so it's allowed so much more in North America than those other countries. And those other places, everyone's slim and trim and they look good. And I find that I don't know, it's like
But
why
that's
not stop it
changing.
at the border?
That's changing too, sadly. So there are areas around the world called blue zones where like a lot of people live to like 100 or older.
Mm-hmm.
And so they study them. And what's very consistent from a food perspective is these all these blue zones, they eat a lot of beans.
Mm-hmm.
They eat a lot of beans. They don't eat a lot of meat, but they do eat meat. They do consume dairy. So it's not an extremist lifestyle, but they save it for special occasions, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's like on the weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but those areas where everybody used to be slim and trim and very healthy, now it's
Yeah.
changing. And so
Mm-hmm.
now when you look at these areas, McDonald's is there, you know, Domino's Pizza. You go to their convenience and grocery stores, and they used to not have like all the candy bars and chips. Now they do. Lots of
Mm-hmm.
sodas. Like it's very different. And then you see the change in the population, unfortunately. The young generation, they're just like us.
Mm-hmm.
They're becoming diabetic. They're developing heart disease. You know, it's sad.
Yeah. You see, guys, just be aware. Like, I mean, tonight, I wanted this to be inspirational in some sort of way, this discussion. I wanted to learn things and share it with everybody if they didn't know certain things. I know I didn't know certain things about living a plant-based life. And I hope that something was taken out of this. This is about discipline, power, choices that we make. It's not necessarily you have to eat this certain type of way. It's no, it's just just taking things in stride and be cool and collective with your choices. And even if you eat the food, it could be maybe eaten in small amounts instead of big full amounts, and you could try that and see if it makes a difference in your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just test it for yourself and never feel guilty.
Yeah.
You know, we're
Hmm.
all doing our best all the time,
Hmm.
and we have so much more power than we realize.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so that's it, folks. I want to thank you, Jamie, for coming on my live. Guys, follow Jamie. She is, I think it's Plant 52, right?
Plan 52.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you follow her page at Plant 52, you will see her the way that she eats, and I think I've seen little videos of you making certain things. She's also on YouTube, so check her out on YouTube.
Awesome. Well,
And
thank you
that's
so
it.
much for having me, LT.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, and thank you everyone for watching. Jamie, we miss you, man. I'm so glad. It's unfortunate that your the lineup is busy, but next time you
Next time.
come,
Yes.
put some side time aside for LT.
Meet you at the rodeo.
Yes. All right, take care, guys.